So this happened last summer, and I'm only posting now because it took me weeks to stop feeling like I was being watched. 30F, like solo camping. I know, Reddit already hates me for that, but it's my thing. I bring books, instant coffee, and my ancient red 1990s Ford pickup with a camper shell. The truck's name is Billy the Lid Kid because the shell rattles like it's held together by hope and rust. I pulled into a small state park on a Friday afternoon. Nothing fancy. One road in, one road out. About 6 campsites total. When I checked in, a park ranger walked over instead of me going to a booth. He was friendly. Almost too friendly, but not enough to trigger alarms yet. Mid-40s maybe. Average build, clean uniform. He joked about my truck, said, "That thing's older than me." I laughed. He laughed. He told me he'd keep an eye on things since I was camping alone. At first I appreciated it. Friday night was normal. A couple families nearby. Campfire smells. Kids yelling. Saturday morning I noticed people starting to leave. One family, then another. By late afternoon, it was just me and one other couple way down the loop. That's when the ranger came back. Different energy this time. He lingered. Asked questions that weren't normal ranger questions. "You here by yourself the whole weekend? You don't get scared out here? You lock that camper shell at night?" I laughed it off, but my stomach was tight. He didn't leave for a long time. Just stood there, hands on his belt, staring at Billy the Lid Kid like he was mentally inventorying my stuff. By dusk, the other couple packed up and left. Now it was just me. That night, around 11, I heard footsteps on gravel. Slow, deliberate. Then a knock on the camper shell. I froze, didn't answer. Another knock. Harder. "Hey," a man's voice said. "You okay in there?" It was the ranger. I stayed silent. Then he walked around the truck. I could see his shadow past the small camper window. A flashlight beam swept inside, right over my face. I turned away and held my breath. "Park rules say no sleeping in vehicles," he said casually. "You gotta come out and talk to me." That's when fear really hit. Not panic, clarity. "This was wrong," I whispered. "Please go away." He laughed. Then he tried the door. Click, pull, rattle. Billy the Lid Kid held. Thank God for bad engineering and old steel. He tried again, harder. Then the back window. He started yanking at the camper shell handles, grunting, swearing under his breath. I grabbed my phone. No signal. Nothing. Not even a fake bar. He stopped suddenly. Silence. Then, very quietly, right next to the camper shell. "I can wait." I didn't sleep. I stayed curled up with my keys between my fingers until the sky turned gray. At some point, exhaustion won. When I woke up, sunlight was blasting through the camper window. I bolted upright, heart racing, voices outside, normal voices, laughter, car doors, campers. I opened the shell and stepped out shaking. There was a different ranger at the booth, younger, bright uniform, normal. I walked straight up to him and told him everything, all of it. The man, the uniform, the night. He listened quietly, then frowned. "Ma'am," he said, "yesterday was Sunday." I nodded. "Yes." He said. "No," the ranger interrupted. "There was no ranger on duty yesterday, or Saturday night. Budget cuts. We don't staff weekends here." My blood went cold. Weeks later, back home, I was scrolling news half asleep when I saw the headline, "Man arrested for multiple murders after impersonating park ranger across 3 states." They used the word friendly in the article. They said he approached women camping alone. They said he preferred remote parks with no weekend staffing. I sold Billy the Lid Kid a month later. Still miss that truck. Still don't camp alone anymore.